Okay, I OBS says I'm live, so I think I'm live. Pretty sure. Um, Whoa, my audio capture was like really loud for a second. That was weird. Um, yeah, so definitely not going to definitely not going to do advent of code. I think I'm only going to get to what is this ad? Like stupid Wendy's. Can I Yeah, there we go. Okay. Um Learning my way around Tokyo. Right, there we go. Okay. Okay. All right. So I also have to say I have to say I honestly don't I was like this I was like sort of the left center of like Twitter controversy or something today. Like, so I only okay, I only have 600 something. Like now I have 700, but they're gonna unfollow me. So I only have like 600 something followers, and like most of those are like ghost accounts from like 10 years ago. So today I tweeted this, right? Um, I tweeted. Wait, what is this one? Not like this. So I tweeted this, right? I should change the category just chatting. Boston Mass, what's up? Wait, what's not like this? What is that? Is that not a thing? And then so I it got 6,800 like impressions, right? What face? I don't even understand what's happening. Wait, oh, emotes. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Dude, it's so crazy because Nolan Side is supposed to change it to non emotes. Yeah, sorry. Hold on. There we go. There we go. Okay. Gee, sorry, Boston Massey. You can only communicate through emotes. Yeah, that's probably the best way. But yeah, anyway, so this thing got 6,800 impressions. That's 10 times the amount of followers that I have. That's how many people saw this tweet. And now I feel like I didn't think anyone was going to do any, like I honestly I just tweeted it and I just thought, "Oh, no one's going to see it," like always, right? Like, I'm not I don't care what I say on Twitter. Like, no one's around, right? So then all of a sudden, like this was funny. And then all of a sudden, like this guy who has 100 and how many? He has 139,000 followers. He got mentioned, and then he jumps in right after I said I downloaded his video for $1, and then oh wait, where is he? Oh, there he is. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Blowing up. Also, you just tweeted that you're doing something with Tokyo. Oh shoot, did I say Tokyo? Frick, frick, I get deleted. Dang it. Why? Like, oh, dude, autocorrect. Oh my gosh. Like, Tokyo. I can't even edit though, because I don't have Twitter Blue. So dumb. All right. I'm just going to delete it. Who liked it? Wait, who liked this? Oh, okay. All right. That was random. I'm going to delete this. Probably because it says Tokyo. Oh my gosh. I swear. I swear. I really have to turn off autocorrect. Okay. Live on Twitch right now. Delete this stupid thing. Right now, messing around with what did I say? Learning my way around Tokyo. Oh, see, it did. Oh man. Okay. Well, I think I said swing by. Right? Is that what I said? Okay. Yeah, I didn't mean Tokyo. Thank you, Boston, Mass. Oh my gosh. Dude, the freaking. Okay, here we go. Let's see. There we go. Okay. My mom's texting me, like, what's going on here? Okay. Um, anyway, so I just wanted to go over that today. And so today, for all my controversy that I caused, I got 10 followers. Yeah, I don't think maybe Twitter's just not for me, you know? Like maybe it's just not for me. Hey, did you say something? Oh. Oh, I thought my wife said something. Um I tried to tell you before you click tweet. Oh, yeah. Yeah, with the emotes. How was I supposed to know though with the emotes? Um yeah, I was just watching wait, what? She liked it again? Oh, wait, that was a different one. So anyway, I was watching a documentary, which is hilarious that they have a documentary. How was I supposed to say? That's true. Um, I was watching a documentary on the GameStop thing that happened last year or like 2 years ago. I can't remember now, but it was pretty interesting. Um, yeah. I mean, I was in on it like Wall Street bets at the time, but I didn't make any like real money or anything. Okay, so I wanted to see. So I have this idea, right? I have this idea. It's not Advent of Code. I do miss Advent of Code though. Like now that I've done it so often, I'm just like, it's just so nicely packaged. Like the questions are just so like explicit and like there's a definite right answer. I really appreciate that. But when you make like actual projects, like actual side projects, it's not that straightforward, unfortunately. So anyway, I have this idea, right? I have a few ideas, but one of my ideas is a price comparison app, right? Like camel, 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 right? The other one, but like across a bunch of stuff and like niche. So like camel, camel, camel is I said that twice. It's only for Amazon, right? And it's really cool. It like works perfectly. It's great. But if I wanted something for like, which I do all the time, like REI or like North Face or Patagonia or something, right? That would be I want like all three. So like, let's say I'm gonna buy like a backpack or like a tent, right? Let's say I'm gonna buy like a tent. So I go over to tents and I'm like, okay, cool. And then, but I don't have like Camel's like price history or like price drop alerts or anything. So I would love to have that for like not just stuff on Amazon. So that's one of my ideas, which I think is actually like a good idea and I would probably use it. The other idea I would not use, but I think it's interesting to make, I guess. So it would just be like a mix between MySpace Top 8 and Instagram Stories. And it would be an iPhone app. So I don't know. That'd be kind of interesting to do, I guess. Because I don't really make too many iPhone apps. So that'd be interesting. So that's why I was messing around with Tokio today because today I just wanted to see how hard it would be to like write a quick server in Rust. Now that I know it quite a bit better. Before I was kind of like stumbling around and I didn't really understand what was happening. But now that I actually know what all this stuff is, it's kind of nice. After doing Advent of Code, that's actually a great thing to do. What did I say? What did I say the info was? What was it? Is it accurate? Oh, shilling Rust hard. Okay, perfect. Oh, let's get to the shilling Rust part then. Okay, so wait. Oh no, the chat went away. Oh, there we go. Now it's back. Um, so wait, why can I just do this without this? How do I get rid of this top bar? Is that possible? If I pop it out, I feel like the emotes will stop working. Rust. Is it too much Rust though? Can you have too much Rust? Yeah. Well, okay. Okay, well, since you're here, what do you want to see? Do you want to see anything? I'll talk about any language. In fact, I think I promised Matt that I was going to do F sharp. Or what did he say? Was it F sharp or was it Reason ML? I forget what he said. I think it was F sharp. I can do that. I do want to see Rust actually. I may learn it sometime, so why not here? Okay. I think I talked about this before, but the thing that really got me like to understand like the Rust borrow checker and why it's different than other languages is like this. This right here is what got me, right? Um, I I did this, right? I said let me get an actual project going. Um, let's see, shilling. Oh, you know what? Let's actually make a Rust project with cargo. Cargo new shilling. Okay, cool. Let me go into shilling. All right, sweet. And we'll just add everything, right? Okay, cool. So, okay, so the thing that got me with Rust is, let's see, do I have like a language server here? Yeah, I do. Okay. So the thing that got me was, I did this, right? I I did this, and then I had a function, and I was like, okay, let me just do like say, right? And it takes a string, right? Um, and then I said, okay, so let me just do that then. I could do println x, and I'll print it twice, right? And then so this, I have to do this. So this doesn't, if I do say x, that, first of all, it doesn't work because it's a string slice, right? So the first thing I did with Rust is I didn't understand why there's two different types of strings. There's a string literal, right? Which is like this. And then there's like a string value, I guess. I don't know what you call it. Like this, right? So it takes a string literal and it like becomes a string, or you can call toString on this, right? Those are the same now. But I was like, what is the point of making a string literal different than a string slice? And it's all about the memory. Like, well, that's the first thing that got me. But the second thing that got me is if I do this, right? Even if I make this a string and I call say twice, right? It it won't let me. I can't do it. Like, it says use of moved value x, value used here after move. And I think it took me a lot longer than I want to admit, because to understand what was happening. And like, I guess I was trying to do everything at once. So I installed Tokio and Hyper to like make a web framework, like I always do for every language. And I was like, oh, okay, let me just jump right into this because like it's not my first rodeo, right? I've made like a million web frameworks. But then I started getting really confused around like, but this wasn't happening just in such a simple example. It was like the futures and all this stuff I didn't understand. So anyway, the cure to this, right, is that Rust has three types, right? It has three types of, wait. Oh, I'm gonna use Excalidraw. Okay. So Rust has three types, right? Can I do this? One, the first type, can I make this dark mode? Wait. Oh, I guess I maybe I can do that. Maybe I can make it dark mode. Background? Oh no, that's not what I wanted to see. Yeah, maybe I can't. Okay, that's fine. Let me delete this thing. Okay, so there's three like types of values, right? So there's like a reference. Well, first of all, there's like a value itself, right? The second thing is there's a reference immutable, right? And then there's a mutable reference too. So like, this is the shilling portion of the stream. um, so like this is what I didn't understand, these two, right? I mean, I understood what a reference was, like hypothetically, but in Ruby, like everything's a reference, right? So like that doesn't matter, and it all gets cleaned up by the garbage collector. But in Rust, there is no garbage collector, so I didn't realize like how that translated into like how I have to change my programming. Anyway, the solution to this problem, right, is first of all, you can make this take a string slice, right? And we can get rid of this complexity here, right? And then now we have hello, right? Which is fine. And then, but as I changed it, I added immutable reference to the string slice, right? It's actually the pointer to it. So it's, now I'm passing by reference. You can do the same thing with string too. So I could keep that toString, right? And then here, it expects the reference. So now I have to do this. So this is how you solve basically all the problems that you'll ever come across with the Rust's borrow checker. Is if it ever says you can't move something, you basically just have to add an ampersand in front of it and an ampersand in the type of the function that takes it, right? And that turns it into this one right here, immutable reference, right? Another example is the mutable reference. So like in Advent of Code, like what if I let's open that up. I'm gonna open that up. So in Advent of Code, right? Today's day 10 or whatever I was doing today. So here I have at mute somewhere, right? And mute, there we go. Ampersand mute. So like, let's say you have like what is called a struct in Rust, but it's actually a class, right? The class is the combination of these two things, right? I can probably, yeah, I can do it. Can I come up with an example for this? Yeah, I can. Okay, let me go back to my shilling to make it easier. Okay, so now that we have say. So, let me make this bigger. Like a lot bigger. There we go. Okay, so let's say you have like a struct, right? Let's just get rid of this. So if you have a struct, like, I don't know, monkey, right? That was the 11, right? And, oh my gosh. And then you have like an implementation of that struct, right? So these two things together, first of all, like this also confused me. I get confused easily. But the struct, right, is like a data object. It like holds values and that's it. And type like values with typed values, that's it. And this one is the actual where you put the methods, right? But these two together are just like a class in Ruby, right? And that it's the same thing. But in Ruby, it's all like mashed together, but these are separate. And the reason why it's separate, it's to facilitate functional programming, I think. I'm not actually quite sure, but I like having structs and like, or data objects like that just hold values. So that's nice. So it's nice that you don't have to have an implementation, because I guess if you don't have an implementation, you know, it's not a class, it's just a data object. So it's kind of nice that they're separated. But anyway, let's say that the monkey has like a banana, right? Or has like a number of bananas, right? He has like this many bananas, right? He's got a vec of U64 or U size bananas. So let's say that the monkey wants to like grab a banana, right? He's gonna grab it, right? And he's gonna have a mutable reference to it himself, right? Because we're gonna update bananas, right? We're gonna push a banana into the monkey's bananas vec, right? So this is the mutable reference that I was talking about. Is like, not only do you reference things mutably like other variables, but you actually can reference the class that you're in, or like the implementation of the struct that you're in, which is really cool. So you have to mark it. If you don't do this, if you just say self, it doesn't let you, right? It says you need to borrow it as mutable, right? So you could do mute self here, and it'll still work. You don't need a reference necessarily, because I'm not doing anything too crazy with this. But if I was going to get a little weirder, you would want that reference. And similarly, if you want to like print the number of bananas, right? You also need to pass self here, and then you would say u size, and then you would just say self bananas.len, right? And you could just do that because there's implicit returns in Rust, so you could do return, or you could do just this, right? So yeah, so here you can call number of bananas like a bunch of times now because you're referencing this self, but you can also, you don't have to necessarily, you can pass it as a value, because like I'm not doing anything really at all, like in a multi-threaded like situation. So anyway, like when you instantiate the monkey, first of all, what I like about this too is, I think I talked about this before, but when you go to like make the monkey, right, as like a in memory, like in Ruby, you would say class monkey end, and then you would say like monkey new, right? Where does new come from? Like, who knows? It's built into the language, I guess. Like, it's implicit, right? You know, like obviously you can do this self.new, right? And like pass what you want to do, but you don't have to do that, right? It's like implicit. But here you actually do have to do that. But luckily, Rust Analyzer can do it for you because it's such a common thing. So now it just generated the thing for me. I don't have to do that. That's nice. And I can just go monkey new. You can also do like a literal too, where you say like bananas. And it's, you know, you can say vec, which is a macro. You can say like I have 0 bananas, right? Um, so yeah, you could do this too. Let monkey equals. So yeah, you could do that, or you could use the monkey new, right? And it could initialize bananas for you instead of passing it, right? So that's done. And then we could go back down here and we could say let monkey equals, and then we could say monkey dot grab. And then we could grab multiple times, right? But here I have another error. Monkey's not mutable. You have to say everything that's mutable, you have to say it's mutable, right? And I don't know if I need a reference here. Oh yeah, okay. So you do, right? It takes ownership of self. And when I try to call grab twice, it's the same thing as before with the strings. Is it I moved monkey, and so like the compiler doesn't know how to clean it up for me. So I have to say, okay, this is actually a reference. And now I can call grab multiple times, right? So so yeah, that's the borrow checker in like a nutshell, pretty much. Like once you understand this stuff here, um all the complexity that it looks like is happening in Rust just goes away. And like you don't have to worry about anything anymore, really. Like you're just cruising now. Like it's just like a regular language, right? Which is cool, like which is great because now you can just do your class stuff and it's normal, right? You only have to learn the little APIs like len or like iterators. Oh, we can talk about iterators. Okay, so like let's say bananas was an actual type, right? We can make it a little more complicated. Oh, maybe should I run this and like actually show you that it works? Let me see. I'm not sure. Monkey dot number of bananas. Okay, there we go. Let's run it real quick. Cargo run. Okay, so there's 2 bananas. Makes sense. Okay, so let's say that banana is a type, right? Instead of a vec size. So you can do banana, right? Oh my gosh. The old habits, like, or just habits in general. So you can impl banana, but the banana is just a type, right? So we can say, like we'll give it like a length, which is a U size, and like a color, right? We'll give it like a size, and like a color, and the color can be an enum because why not, right? Enum, color, well, there's no size, just colors. So that's a color, and then the color can be yellow, green, brown, right? Brown. There we go. And we could, oh, you know what? Yeah, we could do, that's fine. So now that banana is a thing, right? We can change this to banana. And then we aren't pushing that, we're pushing bananas. And by default, we'll push bananas by default are green when they come off the tree. I think. I'm not actually sure. Let me impl banana. Here we go. Oh, let me not impl. Let me make new. Here we go. So this doesn't take color. Color is actually green. I think so too. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't actually like. Let's look it up. Bananas in a tree. Yeah, they're green, right? Well, kind of yellow, kind of green, I guess. These ones are green, so we'll just go with that. Okay. So the second thing that I've covered is like an enum, which is really cool. And I'll get to enums in a second too. There's one more thing about enums that make them really cool. That solved like a big problem that I had with statically typed languages. Okay, so we have bananas, and we're pushing new bananas, and we've got number, right? Okay, so it should still work. Yeah, that's fine. We could run it. Okay, perfect. Still works. Okay. Risky search. That was a little risky. But it worked out, it's all right. Look, DuckDuckGo has my back. Actually, I think DuckDuckGo, by default, doesn't it have not privacy, general? Safe search? Oh, moderate? We got to put that to strict. That's got to be strict. Yeah, that was risky. You're right. Oh man. Okay. So now that we have bananas, right? Let's say I want to have like which number of we'll just say green bananas, right? We'll say all bananas. We'll rename this actually. All bananas, right? All bananas. And then we'll also have green bananas. And then this will be a U size. So iterators in Rust, right? Like it's pretty straightforward if you've done any functional programming at all, or like even in Ruby where you like filter or select or whatever it's called. So you just do self bananas, and you have to call. So you can't just like start doing stuff, right? Like usually you'd say like, oh, I can filter, but like you can't do it. You have to call iter first and like turn it into an iterator type, and then now you have all the stuff: partition, length, like collect, and all this stuff like last. Zip, map, filter, reduce, all that stuff. Take. So now we can do a map, right? Or we can filter. We can select bananas that have a color of green, right? And then we'll just say len, or we'll say count. There we go. B color equals color. Oh, cannot be tied to type of color. Oh my gosh, are you serious? Let me see. Why not? Oh, it's missing partial eq. Let's do that. How do I do that? Partial eq. Okay, let's derive it. Derive partial eq. And we'll just do all of them. There we go, right? Variance in this enum. Oh, yeah, that's fine. Okay. Wait, what? There's a moderator in here? Dang, that's cool. Okay, so now it works, right? But I think we only need this one to make it work. Yeah. Okay, so this is how you like use an iterator, right? You have to always do iter, and then you could do your thing, and then you could do count. And if you wanted to like get it at the end, you have to do this weird collect, and you have to like give it a type, right? Like banana. And you have to give it this what they call this thing. They call this thing a turbofish. Where this thing, that's a turbofish, right? And that's why I always say that turbofish. Oh yeah, someone made a website called turbo.fish, and there it is. There's a turbofish, right? We'll just leave that up. So anyway, yeah, so that's how you do iterators, right? And so now we could say green bananas, and they should be the same because all bananas are green. But yeah, yep, okay. So so iterators, that's good. And then the last thing that I think I'm gonna shill before I go back to Tokyo, or maybe I'll talk about Twitter some more. I don't know. But the last thing I think is really cool is you can have enums can have like types. So you can have like a type here of like I32, and then you can have a type of like a string, right? And then you could have a type of I don't know, like a vec of strings, right? Which is crazy. So like these are all different types, right? And so like when you instantiate this thing, you need like a string, right? Oh, and default's really cool too. We could talk about default. Oh, we'll talk about traits. We'll talk about traits next. So anyway, this is really cool because now you can have, you can essentially hide types in a type that is the same. So now I can have like a vec, right? I can have a vec like this, right? Heterogeneous. We'll get rid of all this stuff. Heterogeneous. Oh, yeah, let's get rid of all this stuff. Actually, we don't need this anymore. We'll just yeah, we'll get rid of all of this. Wait, how do I get rid of the whole? Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, yeah. Okay, so here we'll say enum hetero type, right? We'll call it that. We'll call it hetero type. And then it just has it has a type 1, which is I32, type 2, which is a string, right? And then we'll have type 3, which is a vec of strings, right? So in Ruby, you can just start adding things to a list, like whatever you want, right? 2, 1, 2, 3, whatever, right? Or in this case, we could do I32. So like you can do this at any time, right? Like this is valid Ruby code, and that's like one of the advantages to me of like dynamic languages is like you can receive something from the network like HTTP, and you could parse it, and Ruby will just figure out like what you could just assign types to collections. Like you can have a heterogeneous hash or whatever. Well, in Rust, you could do the same thing. It's just a little like more complicated. I actually haven't tried this yet, so I'm actually kind of curious if this will work. So let x equals vec, and we could say type 1 is 0. We could say type 1 of 1. And then actually, let's bring back let me see that I can do this. We could say let x equals vec type 2 string from 1. And then we could say type 1, 2. And then type 3 is another vec, right? Of 1, 2, 3. So yeah, is this valid? Is this valid Rust code? Oh my gosh, no. Oh no. Wait, type 2. Oh, the enum, right? Header, we'll just call it H. Just to make it easier. Het, we'll call it het. Het, and then het, right? There we go. So it is, like, this is amazing. Like, I can't believe you can even do this, right? So now you have a heterogeneous collection in a statically typed language, but all of the values are like hidden behind this enum. And that is, like, when I first saw it, I was actually watching Primogen stream and I was like, oh my gosh, like, that's one of the major things that I hate about statically typed languages is you can't have like hashes or vectors that are different or arrays that are different types. But now you can, right? Now I can with Rust. So that's like another bonus for Rust. Let's see, what else can we talk about? Nutella sandwich. Hello, how's it going, Nutella sandwich? That's a great name. That's a great name. Bonus poggers. Yeah, it's true. Oh wait. Oh, the things are broken because I popped out the chat. Okay, let me bring back the stupid thing. Oh, let me close this too. Why do I have this open? I'm fine, thank you. What are we working on? I am just shilling Rust to Boston, Mass right now. That's what's happening. We are not working on anything. Except for shilling. We're working on shilling. Can I close pop out? Okay, there we go. Okay. Wait, what? Can I refresh it? Oh, there we go. Oh man, what? It's still not working. Wait, is this working? Okay, that is working. All right. All right, sweet. That's all that matters to me is that the emotes work, all right? I went through so much trouble to get those things working. Okay. So, that's really cool. So the other thing that I want to talk about is not enums. The other thing I want to talk about is option and result and unwrap, which are your friends. And then I think the last thing is gonna be clone, right? Okay, so let's say you have a function like main, right? And it's gonna do something real, right? We're not gonna just mess around with like random types and vecs in memory, right? So let's say you have something like oh, traits. That's right. I forgot about traits. Boston Mass, thank you. Yes, okay, traits. So so let's say you have the struct, right? You have a monkey struct again, right? And then you want to be able to print the monkey struct, right? Kind of like inspect in Ruby, right? So you have like a monkey, and you want to be able to see it, right? So we'll implement this real quick. Okay, but you can't do this, right? Because it says right here, it says monkey doesn't. Hold on, let me make it look better. cargo build. Okay, so it says monkey cannot be formatted with the default formatter, right? Help, the trait standard format display is not implemented for monkey, right? In format strings, blah, 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 blah. So you can try to like debug it with this. Or you can just implement the format trait, right? So you can say implement format not formatted, right? Oh, implement display. Standard format display. Help, the trait. All I had to do was read it. The trait is not implemented, right? So all I have to do is say impl, and I just go display, and then the little thing pops up, and I go for monkey, and then I go implement missing members, and all I have to do is I have to say f dot write format, write some formatted information. Let me make this a little smaller so we can see the example. Okay, so all you have to do is say write format, right? And then you could just say format args. Args? Is that what it was? F dot write format. What does it say here at the bottom? Write format, format args, and there's a string. Okay. So here we could just do this, and we can bring back the vec of bananas, right? Bananas, vec u32. McGarvey, what's up? Just coming in with the wait. Is it emote only? No, it's not. Okay, it was earlier. You missed it. So we can just come in with here vec 0, right? And then we could say format args, and we could say the monkey does this, right? And we could just do this, and then we could say self dot bananas dot len, right? We could say monkey has bananas, right? There we go. Wait, that's fine. I'll return that. Okay, so that looks like a mouthful, but you don't really have to do much, really, like at all, because it was mostly generated for me. So now I can print this, right? And it'll say monkey, whatever. Monkey has 1 bananas, right? Perfect. So that's amazing. Like, this is incredible. Traits, like you just do impl, and then you say the trait name. There's built-in traits, like display is a built-in trait. There's a bunch of them. So you're going to look at Tokyo. I started looking into Actix, and I just feel like I'm not ready. Yeah, I also wasn't ready. I tried to make a web framework like always, and I didn't know what I was doing, and I still like don't really know what I was doing. So I have this like router, and I was just stumbling. Is this like writing your own 2S? Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is actually. You're talking about the other thing. Yeah. It is. Yeah. I thought you were talking about like making a web framework. Yeah, writing your own 2S. It is. So, yeah, it's basically the same. It's basically exactly the same. So the thing about trait sets are really cool is you can implement. So instead of having like inheritance and like an inheritance chain, traits are like flat, right? Like you can implement as many traits as you want, right? Like I can make my own trait called X, and then it could have a function called X that takes self and returns a usize, I guess, right? I don't know if I could do. Can I do this? I don't even know if I could do that. Can I do this? Oh, I can. Okay, cool. So then I could say impl X for monkey. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just like I'm totally off on this. So not all traits are implemented. That's what it says, right? So I have to. So missing X implementation, right? So it even tells you like what function signature it's looking for here. Not all trait items are implemented, missing X. So now I can just do this little thing with a space A with Helix, and it says implement missing members. Obviously, this works across any editor with REST Analyzer, but Helix is the best editor, so you should use it. So then you could just say like 0 or whatever, right? So this is perfect. I just implemented my own trait for monkey. Yeah, it is. You should try it. It is. It's good. Look at this Git integration. Look, there's a big green line because of the Git integration. All right. Let's see. Traits. Oh, I was gonna talk about result option and unwrap. Right. My best friend in the Rust world is good. Okay. So another side note. I used Helix 2 days in a row, but had to give up on it today. I wasn't writing code. I was following code paths I wasn't familiar with through the code base. Oh yeah. Okay. So I also didn't know what I was doing with Helix. I still don't. But today I learned something. And I've been using Helix for like a while, even on work. So if I go to like this one, right? And I go to like day 10 or something, because I made it really complicated. So the one thing that I didn't understand was like, how do I see references? So obviously you can like go to definition, right? G, and then like it's like in the middle there, D. But I didn't read it at all, and I didn't realize that 2 down from definition is a references. So now I can like go to the references, right? So like here I would do that, and then I could just GR, and then wait. Oh, there it is. Okay. So now I can like see all the references for from, which is probably a bad example. So here I could do this, GR, run. So now I can see it's here twice with a little finder. But that's yeah, that's pretty much it. But yeah, there's no tree view. But I do know that if you have like a bunch of files open now, the newest update has, let me it has a buffer line. So it has oh yeah, git blame. You in the git blame. Wait, not buffer line. Hold on, not that. It was oh yeah, it is. Yeah. Okay, so there's the buffer line. So like you can see all the files that you have open across like the whole thing. So it's kind of like tabs, right? But like not really. So that's new. Imagine reading the dialogue that explains available options. Yeah, it's true. The other thing, apparently LazyGit does. Wait. Why can I not read it? Doesn't have git blame functionality either. Good old VS Code though. VS Code. You know what? Like, okay. I guess what I like about Helix is like the default. Oh man, I ran out of music. I guess what I like about Helix is like the default. I like some of this stuff in here. Oh, except for that, I can't listen to this. Ultra gaming? Let's do it. Perfect. I guess what I like about Helix is like the default experience is like decent. Like you don't have to do too much to get it to work. But like VS Code, when you open it, it's ugly. Like they're trying to help you, but it's so ugly. Like I just can't get into it, you know? I'll go back to Helix though. Yeah. I mean, like, I don't know. It like it's just so simple. I guess that's why I like it. No plugins, like nothing to like weigh you down, you know. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, shilling, right? We're back to shilling Rust. Okay. So I was gonna talk about results, right? So like I did this a million times on my stupid admin of code stuff. So like in Rust, you can do 2 things. Like errors are handled like multiple ways, right? And it's like across a bunch of stuff. So it's like nulls and errors too. Or so there's like unexpected errors and expected errors, right? So there's like stuff that you know will like might fail. So like a divide by 0, for example. Normally like a divide, like, okay. So normally like a divide by 0 in Ruby, right? You would say like, we'll set syntax, set language, Ruby. Okay. So like normally you would like, normally you would say X is 0 and Y is 1. And you would say like Y divided by X. And that's going to have a thing, right? That's going to say like divide by 0, right? It's funny that you're using monkey. You're using a monkey lang. Oh my gosh, what the heck is monkey lang? I used monkey because it was day 11 advent of code. That's so funny. Oh, here it is. Comparing implementations of, oh my gosh, hold on. Comparing implementations of the monkey language X and update on performance. Oh, Crystal's in here. Let's review some. What is this? TypeScript implementation for the monkey language? Oh, it's just some toy language that he made? Is that what it is? Or is it like a real thing? Monkey language. Oh my gosh, it is a real thing. The programming language that lives in books. You can build yourself by reading through, writing an interpreter in Go and writing a compiler in Go. There is no official implementation. It lives in these books, and it's up to you to implement it. That's cool. First is a tree walking interpreter, then is a bytecode compiler and virtual machine. Here's what monkey looks like. Okay. Oh, okay. So that, yeah, it kind of looks like JavaScript a little bit. Yeah. It also has functions. Okay. Oh, this is. I actually really like the syntax. I really like the syntax. It's actually not bad. Closures. Okay. Oh, you can. Okay. Oh, it returns a closure that makes use of the free. Okay. A and B. Okay, I see. Because this function now has. Okay. Wow, the monkey cannon. Oh, okay. This is the most recent update that has spanned several months of comparing different languages. Okay. Okay, since I started. Wait. Where's Rust? Where's Rust? Oh, I'm just kidding. Okay, let me see. Since I started most languages, on the other hand, I did some modifications to a couple implementations. With Go, I saw a significant increase in performance, which I covered in a previous issue. The update doesn't seem to do anything performance-wise. No significant updates. Only the use of generics on a couple tests, but nothing. Blah blah blah. The VM implementation with Go is still the fastest one, but the interpreted version is now the slowest of the compiled implementations. Blah blah blah. Oh, what is hyperfine? What is it though? That's not what it is. Cool. I'm glad that. Oh, here we go. Oh, Shark TP. Wait, this one's probably okay. Okay, that's all what it is. The general feedback is that my Go has optimized my TypeScript one. Oh, Kotlin. It made several modifications to the Kotlin AST. But not on Graal. Okay, so it says, he says, my interpreter is faster than my VM in JDK 11 and 19. Okay, so the interpreter is faster than my VM. Okay, so his VM implementation is not as fast. But somehow Graal is like slower? It's interesting. Takes first place in the Performance Improvement Championship 2022. My interpreter compiled with Crystal 1.62 is 2 times faster than the same interpreter. Wow. Wow. Leaving Go far behind. Dang, Crystal. The VM version had a more modest improvement, just 8%. That's crazy. So let me see. What is this? Is he going to go to the end? Oh, Python. Oh, no. Terrible. I don't care about Python. Hey, Ruby. Yeah. I forgot I was in here. Truffle Ruby, blah, blah, blah. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Okay. Go is still the best VM, but it drags behind the interpreter. As a Go rookie, there isn't a lot that I can do. Crystal is amazing. I'm surprised how this small team can produce a language that rivals giants in the industry. I know it lacks the popularity to make it mainstream, but the infrastructure is there. I hope that more people will give Crystal a chance. I did give Crystal. I'll give Crystal another chance. I just want it to be better, like the language server. But Ruby's language server is also terrible, so maybe I shouldn't expect too much. Yeah, that's cool. I didn't even know about this as a thing. Uncle Mario's ramblings. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Crystal, man, the performance over the past year. Maybe I should do that on stream. That'd be kind of cool. Make a language and interpreter. I learned programming with Notepad. Oh, no language server? I'm gonna continue Rust, but I think I will go. Don't need all these fancy. I'm gonna continue, but I think I will go back to Crystal eventually. I think it's better for web dev. Yeah, I honestly I do think like I talk a big game about Rust, but like I do think that anything with the garbage collector is better for web development. Like I think it's like the speed of it, like or like, you don't have to think about references. Um, but honestly, now that I'm used to the references and like the mutable and stuff, like I don't know, it's kind of like a wash to me. I was looking into CRM yesterday, and it's really nice. What's the best Crystal web framework now? Oh, obviously it's Lucky, right? Lucky is the best one, right? That's the best Crystal web framework. Let me see. Is 5 or 6? So yeah, I also looked at CRM. Let's see. Basics, blah blah blah, setting up migration. Here we go. So select is always the hardest, right? Because like there's so many options you have to do. Hang on, let me put this back in Safari. Let's just listen to like all pegboard nerds popular languages except for that one. There we go. This looks okay. Find by ID. Cake entity as cake. Cake filling. Option cake model. Cake find by ID 1 dB await. Oh, it's asynchronous. It is nice. It is actually pretty nice. Oh wow. Filter order by. Oh wow. So that actually creates. So they're getting away from like. How do you do a join? Oh, here we go. Okay. Uh, what is the Martin framework? Oh, okay. Let's see. Cake entity find column as expert table alias fruit column into simple expert. Okay. Oh, here it is. Join rev. Construct relation def on the fly. Join type inner join. Relation def on the fly. Reuse a relation from an existing entity. Oh, I see. This is your. Oh, okay. You're actually yeah, this is a table. This is just another table. Wow, this is pretty nice actually. And into yeah, Rust into is like it takes away a lot of pain for sure. I do, I do like this though, because now it's like from the cake filling, but you're just saying it's like a different table that you're making up, I guess. Reuse a relation from existing entity. Okay, so then you have the filling relation, right? Join with table alias and custom condition. I don't know what that is. What's def? On condition. Table right column name like tropical? Oh, okay. That's fine. Interesting. Like the syntax is like create like it's not SQL at all really, right? So what does this do? Tropical? Like tropical? Okay. So you can use the relation and then you could like define this condition, I guess, which is just like a extra where clause on the thing, right? And it's like this. Yeah. Interesting. Alias new fruit alias. Oh, because you give it an alias, right? So that's as, right? Interesting. It's pretty clean. Like I do actually like this. It's crazy that it's so different from filter condition any add in subquery. Oh, and then you make a new query. That is nice. I mean, for Rust, like it's pretty nice. Like I'm surprised that the API can be this nice. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, like I'm kind of surprised that they could do this. But yeah, look at all this code for just this though. I'd almost rather just write the sequel. But yeah, I no, yeah, it's good. It's good. Um, yeah. People just love Rust so much they'll just sit here through pain to make like good APIs. Select only. Group by column. Oh, select only this column, right? Group by build. It's still really consistent though. I do like that. Yeah, this is nice. Yeah, this is pretty it's pretty sweet. The query builder's pretty freaking nice. Let's see, aggregate functions. Oh, I already did that. I just did that. Let me do where was the insert? Yeah. Active value. Wrapper struct to capture and into active model attributes. Set value, set 10, not set. Okay, so it's kind of like an option, I guess. Um, an active model has all the attributes wrapped in active value. You can use active model to insert a row with a subset of columns. Find by one, cheese unwrap, model name, and then you can say active model, model into, and then you could say unchanged. Wait, what? Unchanged cheesecake. Okay, that didn't do anything, I guess. You can use to insert a row with a subset of columns set. It inserted it in active value, I guess, inserted the record. That's interesting. With the goal of being more nothing too different from a just cleaner. Let's look at Martin. Martin Crystal. So is Martin like Lucky's worst nightmare or what? Pragmatic web framework. ActiveX. Yeah, that's true. That is true. That was bad. Let me see. Meet Martin. Full featured, extensible, blah, 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 blah. Let's see. Let's look at documentation. Yes. Models. Whoop. Okay. Templates. Oh, nope. Okay. Let's see. What do we have here? Do we have anything? Next, maybe? Tutorial. Let's do the tutorial. Requirements. What is Martin? Creating a project. Okay. Initializers. Settings, routes, handlers, migrations, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Yep. Okay. Martin serve. Oh, that's nice. I like this logo. This little page that comes up. Cool. Writing first handler. Class home handler, Martin handler. Looks like Crystal. Let's see. Path, home handler name, routes draw. Oh, this also looks like Rails, yeah. Look, I guess like Rails, like it ain't broke, so don't fix it, right? Like what? Why not? You know. I do like that you do this just like Lucky. I do like that you do that. That's kind of nice. Because that's like you do that stupid. Do you guys use that dumb? What's it called? Annotate, right? Annotate models, right? That stupid gem. Yeah, like adds it here in like comments, you know. Copying Rails is very broken, Crystal. I wish we'd stop. Yeah. I mean, when it looks like Ruby, you know, like, what are you going to do, you know? I don't know. I guess you could do something different, but the API is going to be pretty similar at the end, I feel like. But yeah, this is very similar. Article new, article save. Wow, this is the same. It's basically the same. Oh, there's no find though. Article get. Context. Render with context. I do like that. Okay, it's like handlebars, right? Yep. That is true. Phoenix didn't copy Rails, but like Erlang Elixir's like a lot different syntactically, right? I mean, not a lot different, but like the runtime is so much different. Like the beam is so much different from Ruby's MRI that like, sorry for the huge tangent from the main purpose of this stream, shilling. I think a lot of people take Rails gems and remake them in Crystal. It's not a bad thing to help Crystal grow a bit, but not the greatest. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Ruby gems. Yeah. Not Rails. I know you're talking about. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, that is true. I guess like because I've been doing Ruby for like on and off like 10 years. I think I took like a 2 year break to do C sharp, but I just been doing it for so long. Like I don't know. I guess it's like hard when I do it every day. So it's like it's kind of hard to like get excited about anything that looks like it, you know? Even if it is like slightly different and like faster and statically typed. Um, yeah, because I mean like I did try Crystal. I tried the first statically typed language. I think I tried outside of after I got over Clojure and Janet and what else was I doing? I don't even remember. Um, but yeah, my statically type my first statically type I think I tried Go as my first one outside of work. Yep, a lot of my feelings about Crystal are just carry over being bored with Ruby. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's like doesn't get me like super excited to do it, you know? Um I do like Crystal that it is compiled and it is static and it is faster, way faster. But yeah, it doesn't have like I mean it has the nil protection too, but like it's like not enough, you know, like to like really separate it for me, you know, like psychologically. Um, but yeah, it is sleeper. Okay, so anyway, I was chilling Rust. What was I talking about? I actually do like Go, but it's just so simple that it also is not super exciting. Um, okay, so this is like divide by zero, right? I think it actually is called like divide by zero error, right? So in Ruby you would do a rescue here, right? You would say rescue divide by zero or whatever it's called, and then you would say zero, right? But if it was Pony, the language, it would just return zero, which is crazy. Or you could say like, oh, whatever, like unable to compute, right, or something. In Rust, right? In the Rust world, though, let's see, set language Rust. Okay, so in the Rust world, we would say this, right? You can say that I don't know if this will actually work, but you would say let x, right, equals 0, let y equals 1, and you would say y divided by x. And then this would also be a divide by 0 error, right? Like if I can run this. Oh, I can't even. Wait, mismatch types. Found integer? Oh, because I'm returning. So if I ran this, it would definitely panic, right? With the divide by 0 error, probably. Fun fact I learned from Abdi: rescues were the original pattern matching in Ruby. Amazing! I did not know that. That's amazing. So if I built this, that's fine. Oh, it doesn't even let me compile this thing. Holy moly! It's even better than I thought. So you attempt to divide by 0, right? Um, that's amazing. I actually didn't realize this would happen. I can't even run this. I Yeah, I didn't even know that Rust was this good. Okay, so that's amazing. Like that's incredible. Okay, so now you don't even need to do this whole thing, right? Um uh yeah, so now what I was going to say is stupid. So I had to find a better example. Um here's what I did from Advent of Code, right? Not a free language. Wait, what? Wait, I don't even know what that is, honestly. What is that? Is that a language? Or is that like someone who does language? No. What is AVDI? Who is that? Oh. Oh, geez. What's not a free language? What? I don't understand. Oh, Rust not allowing you to do what you want. Oh, I can't believe it's not letting let you divide by 0. Oh, author of Confident Ruby. Okay. I didn't even know who this is. Apparently that's him right there. Or them, I guess. White supremacy and OCAMs are, oh my gosh, this is crazy. 0 to green test locally. Okay. Mastodon docs. Okay. Yeah, that's so funny that rescue was pattern matching. That's hilarious. Uh, all right, see you later. Um, but yeah, so this read to string, right? Um, I'll just keep shilling to know what to Bagarby, even though he already knows what I'm talking about. So like, let's say this, right? Um, so let's say this is a thing, right? First of all, I have to find this thing. There we go. So input is now not what you think it is. It's a result, right? And it has either a string or an error. I'll check the VOD too. Oh yeah. So it has I should after this I'll probably jet too. So it has a string or an error, right? So it you can't actually like do anything. Like you think it's a string, but you can't do anything, right? So there's two ways to handle this. The verbose way is pattern matching, right? So you do like match input and you say space A fill match arms, and then you go, okay, this might be a string, this might be an error, and so then you say like you can say panic on error, and that's more like a traditional try catch, right? Or you can like print out the thing, right? So this is in the case with can I do that? Okay. So this is like the case of like this doesn't exist, which it doesn't exist, right? So it's definitely going to panic and say, file does not exist or whatever. And if you also don't handle the result, it's the same thing as this. I think it just defaults to this. It just defaults to like panicking on the error that's returned. But instead of this, right? This is I think one of Rust's coolest features is like the explicitness of the errors. So instead of doing match okay error like this, you can just put a $, and then, or not $, question mark, and then you could say result this, and since it was a IO result, now, right? Is it not an IO result? Oh, return okay. So now the function either returns okay with nothing, right? This little two parentheses thing, which is also here too, right? Or it throws it either puts the value here, which is now a string, right? Or it returns the result from this function, right? So in this case, I think it will still panic because you're in main, but if it wasn't main, you would not panic. So yeah, so this is the same, right, as like the match thing from before, but it's like really nice. It's like a lot nicer. And then I'll explain this okay thing too. So normally what happens is if you have a value, this is all the stuff I learned from Advent of Code. So if you have a value, right? I mean, I kind of knew it before, but I didn't really quite understand it. So if you have a value, right, like if you have a result that's like a string, right? Result string. Here, we'll get rid of this. This is confusing. Okay, so you have like result string error again, right? Okay. And then you say it's okay string default, right? Or you could say string from ABC, right? Okay. So, oh, error's not found in the scope. Let's bring in scope, I guess, right? That's fine, whatever. So, this, you can also make a result like your own type too. But the thing about the results I mean, you could do this in Ruby too, but the results flow and like they come from the standard library too. So it's not like it's some foreign thing that like everyone has to check now. It's like everyone just knows to do it. So you can do like now you can say so that's what okay is for. So there's the okay section. Oh, I think I mentioned that in the match actually. I think the match already handled that, but it's either the result is either going to be okay or error, right? So here it's either okay or error, right? So results are these two things, right? And the thing that's cool is that you can also represent nulls this way too. So like you could say X might be null. So you would say sum, you would give it an option, right? It would say, this is an option of U32, right? And then you would say sum a 0, right? Or sum 1, 2, 3 or something. So this is, I know it's 1, 2, 3 because it's a literal, but sometimes you'll get something from the file system or something and it might not be, it could be null, right? So in that case, it's none, right? So for this, and then you'd have to do the same thing, right? In either case, you'd have to say match X, and then you could do this fill match arms, right? Sum, and then you would say like, okay, this is the actual value, right? Val, and then you could like print it or whatever, right? Val. Do that a little easier. And you can say none, right? And you can do whatever you're gonna do. These are the same to me, right? I was surprised to find out that the question mark thingy works for options too. No way. Does it really? How? How does it? Hang on, let's try it. Let's try it. How though? Let's make another function maybe. Fn optional. Returns option u32. Sum 1, 2, 3. So we'll say option, and that's either sum or none, right? Okay, so Bagarvi says that it works for both, right? Wait, I don't see as a result though. Question mark thingy works for options too. Let x equals optional. So I can do this, and then what happens? Oh, should return an option. No way. Oh my gosh, are you serious? Return none. Consider using as a result or a result. Main has invalid return type option. Oh, because I see. We'll make another one, optional too. Main is probably not the best thing to do. So here we'll say optional 2 returns an option, and this one returns. So you could say return optional 2. Oh, but I don't need a question mark here though, right? Can I convert from U32 to option? Oh, okay. So here I would say U32. Wait, does it work? That returns result or option, or another type that implements from residual. The trait is not implemented for U32. Operate can only be used in a function that returns a result or option. So I would just say option. Is that what I'm saying? I don't need to give it a type. U32. You'd have to rewrap in option to return it. Oh, I see what you're saying. So I would say option, or I would say sum, right? Right? Or something? And then do that? Oh, that's interesting. So I wonder if I could just say U32, right? Shouldn't I be able to do this? No, I can't. Should return or option to accept. Yeah, but I see what you're saying. Like you can return the option and then use the little question mark to do this. So here you would say like result equals optional 2 question mark, and then you would say like result, right? That's crazy. What is result? It's a U32? Okay, but I have to say optional, right? Dang, yeah, I didn't know that either. That's pretty amazing. Like, I'm really excited about that. But anyway, so that's I mean that's options and results, right? And there's functions on result and option to convert between the two. What? Are you serious? How do you do it? Result dot no way. How do you do it? Okay, let's try it. Oh, I didn't even get to unwrap. Convert option to result in Rust. Okay, or oh my gosh, are you serious? Are you serious? Okay, so here I would say like this is like okay, 1, 2, 3. And then I could just say result okay. Return. No way. Oh wait. Yeah, let type annotations needed? Oh, that's fine. Result U32. std io error, right? Okay. Oh my gosh, it works. Are you serious? That's amazing. I didn't even realize that. Oh my goodness, that's incredible. Um, for symmetry's sake, there's also okay or else to go from option to a result. But yeah, they're essentially. I noticed they were essentially the same, right? Two values that are just wrapped in another type. But they're used for two different things, so it kind of makes sense to have them as different names. But yeah, so that's so instead of this, right, where you have to like run the thing to get divide by zero. First of all, Rust won't even let you do it, and second, if it does, you can use a result. Once you get past all the beginner, Rustlings takes you through a bunch of that stuff. Once you get past all the beginner things, maybe I'll do Rustlings next stream because I haven't done it, and so I'm like missing a whole a whole section of my Rust knowledge. Yeah, that sounds much. I should do that. All right, so that I'm gonna get out of here though. I think Matt, thanks for time, or McGarvey, thanks for stopping by. I'll probably be back next week because it's Christmas, so it's Christmas time, so I have to do Christmassy things. But yeah, I'll be back next week. Boston Mass, if you watch the VOD, thanks for watching. Yeah, see you later.